Welcome back to the Purple Pod on a KSU Nation YouTube channel. My name is Steve.
And I am Ken. What up? What up?
This is the best kstate podcast out there. Regardless of what anyone says, make sure you guys like, subscribe. We're almost to 100 subscribers. This is going to be a look back at K-State versus Texas and then our preview of K-State versus Baylor. I apologize for my voice. I lost it on Saturday screaming at the TV. Kenny was at my house. We were eating some good food, watching a good game, and unfortunately, K-State fell to Texas in overtime, 33-30. I don't know about you, Kenny, but I'm still pretty sad, upset, pissed off, frustrated, all of that, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know how you can walk away from that game as a K-State fan and feel great about it. You know, I was talking to you earlier today about how it makes me kind of upset hearing, people talk about moral victories. Listen, maybe you could talk about moral victories if you're like the last place team playing against the number one team. If you're a team that literally was not even close to competitive in the league, and then you just happen to like come out and play the game of your life and then come up short. Maybe that's when you can pull out a moral victory kind of claim. But when you are literally shutting down the number one team in the Big 12 and putting up and playing like incredible football and going toe to toe with their team, coming up short like that just freaking hurts, man. Now, a lot of people are going to say that, oh, like you just needed to kick the field goal. Oh, you just needed to extend the game. We shouldn't have even been in that position to begin with. There is so much that we have to get into. But just from the outset, I hate the moral victory argument. I hate people like, oh, like, at least we gave them a good game. No, we should have won that game. 9 times out of 10, we beat them. Like if we go back and we do a rematch, we win. If we play best 2 out of 3, we win. If there's any team that we've lost to, we go and we play best 2 out of 3, we win the next 2 games. It pisses me off so much to sit here and think that like K-State is just on the outside looking in. It's like, no, we have the talent and we have the ability to beat these teams. Like these teams are not better than K-State. Like we just kind of been playing ourselves this season a little bit. Like whenever we go and play an away game for whatever reason, we play ourselves, man. I don't get it. I don't understand. It really peeves me off. It peeves me.
There is no doubt in my mind if K-State was the home team, K-State wins that game, and probably by double digits, honestly, with the way that
Wild.
Texas was playing on offense later in the game. There's no doubt in my mind K-State wins that game probably handily, honestly. Here's what I'm going to say. Texas has won 7 straight against K-State, and the first one that they won against K-State for the 7-game stretch was back in 2017. It was an overtime win. The last game for K-State versus Texas in the Big 12 is an overtime win from Texas. 7 straight is insanely frustrating. And what's even more frustrating for me is I went back and I charted the last 8 K-State losses dating back to the last regular season game of 2021 to current. And K-State has lost 8 games. In those 8 games, 6 of those losses are by 1 score. That means 8
My
points.
God. My God.
So frustrating. And the other 2 losses.
Oh, I hate that stat. I hate that you just said that.
I have to put that out there just because like that's I'm just trying to like set in motion like my feelings and why I'm so frustrated and why I'm so upset. And the other 2 losses, K-State gave up double-digit leads in both of those. One of them was an 18-point lead, 28-10 at TCU last year. The other loss was
Alabama.
Alabama, K-State was up 10-0. So the last 8 games, going back to the last game of 2021, a 22-17 loss at Texas. K-State has lost all of those games by 8 points or less, which is insanely frustrating. Now, we can put a lot of the blame on the coaches for this one.
That's what I'm doing. That's like the main blame
Yes,
that I put.
sure.
What did I say? What did I look? I'm not a coach. Okay. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not watching film. I am not that well educated on this stuff. And what did I say last week? I said we got to throw the ball against Texas. I mean, that's like our key to victory is their secondary is trash. Their secondary is absolute trash. How do you think Houston was able to be in that game against them? They threw the ball. They're not good at running. They're good at throwing. And I said, well, we just picked up Jace Brown. He's looking really good. Will's got an arm. So let's try throwing it. We did not even attempt to throw it until almost the third quarter. It just.
Let me pull up the stats here because this is going to piss you off even more here, okay? So we know K-State is a top 15 rushing offense. We knew that going into this game, Texas had a great defense, specifically their D-line. I mean, their D-line dominated. And when I say dominated, I mean absolutely dominated Alabama's offensive line. Alabama is a top 10 team. They've been winning national championships year after year. Let's take a look at these stats here. K-State ran the ball 29 times. K-State ran the ball 29 times for 40 yards. That is god awful. Wow. K-State threw the ball 43 times. Now, a lot of those were, I mean, if you take out basically the last drive that really shouldn't have happened because we should have made the field goal before that, that's a whole other thing. Field goals and special teams.
Oh, my God, dude.
It played a part in this game as well. Missed PAT, the missed field goal, but also K-State blocked a punt. They should have had another block punt if they sell out for it. Special teams were big in this game. I don't know whose fault it was on that.
It was 100% Colin Klein's fault for not playing the game that he should have noticed after the first 4 drives that the run wasn't going to work. Had he done that, then we wouldn't have to be in the position where we had to make these field goals, where we had to make sure that they didn't get that fumble recovery that the referee called. Like, that is absolute BS. Like, there is not enough there for you to freaking call that. Like, absolutely, I don't care what you say. That is unbelievable. Then on top of that, on the missed field goal attempt, the 27-yarder, we shouldn't even have to do that. He called again. This happened in Houston. The freaking ball placement that Texas gets is unbelievably in their favor.
Oh my God, dude. He 100% had that first down.
He had 100%. The first down, and they call it 3rd and 1. Are you insane? That basically screwed our entire chances of getting it in the end zone when we were that close. Then we had to make that field goal attempt for 27 yards. We miss it, which, again, you have to make those. But
absolutely,
if we would have just played the way we were playing in the 3rd and 4th quarter in the first half, then we wouldn't have even had to be in this position. This is what blows my mind. It's like this completely, the play calling utterly falls on Colin Klein. But the execution of the kicker, God dang it, man. Why does it have to be away games? Why does it have to be when the game is on the freaking line? Like, if he makes either one of those, we win. If you include the 45-yarder. If he makes both of those, we don't even have to hit the 45-yarder.
That extra point was not Tennett's fault. It was Randon Plattner, the long snapper. He's not made a mistake in his entire career at K-State. Not one until this moment.
It's literally like the freaking games are cursed. Like, how in the world does Mizzou kicker get a record-breaking field goal kick as the time expires? Like, how does that happen? How does OSU look so horrible the entire first, like beginning of the season, they play us, and let's be honest, they didn't look great, and neither did we.
K-State is still the better team than Oklahoma State. I still feel that way.
Easily, because one, and I've said this to you before, in the early part of the season, we did not have Jace Brown and we did not play Avery Johnson. We played Avery a little bit in the Missouri game because Will Howard was hurt. But given the fact that it was literally the third game of the season, Avery may not have had like all of the experience. And again, we did not have Jace Brown in the picture. OSU comes around. We don't have Jacob Parrish. Now, look at how important Jacob Parrish was in the TCU game. Okay, he got burned one time. There was one huge play that Texas got off, which, by the way, what did I say last week? Oh, yeah, Texas only relies on their explosive plays. They don't know how to sustain drives. They don't know how to get like 7, 8. And that's exactly what happened. They literally only relied on that one trick play with a 4th and 1. Congratulations, you missed. You got us to miss one key tackle, and then you ran it all the way in. Congratulations on that. But the one play that I do respect is that their wide receivers burned Jacob Parrish. But guess what happened? Later that in the same game, he got 2 interceptions, and then he was batting down passes left and right. You could not throw to him. You could not throw to him. He corrected himself, and the defense bailed out our offense again and again and again. And our defense is incredible. I do not believe if we play this team best 2 out of 3, best 3 out of 5, it doesn't matter. We win easily in a series.
I'm not sure that I agree with them. Like at times I did feel like K-State was relying too much on the defense. They did give up almost 500 yards. They did give up 33 points, but they also should have had 2 more interceptions, one of which was in the red zone, which led to 3 points by Texas. This feels like a game, and I told you this on the phone today or yesterday. I don't remember, whenever we talked. One thing changes in this game. One thing. Interception.
1 out of like 20 things.
Yeah, 1 out of like 20
It's not
things.
like 1 out of like 3 things. It was like 1 out of 20 things that could have changed, and it would have been a dub.
So VJ Payne catches an interception, right? They call a first down for Keegan Johnson. We get the PAT.
We get the field goal.
We get with a field goal. The list. If
obviously the last play of the game, if that would have worked.
If Will Howard on first down and goal from the 7 decides to, oh my gosh, there's a wide open lane on the right side. Let me just go that way instead of running into a pile. K-State scores a touchdown, they win. Or if he hits Ben Sinnott, who is wide freaking open on second down, K-State wins the game. There's so many things that could have changed this game. And if you change one thing, one outcome, one thing in K-State's favor, K-State wins that game.
The fumble recovery to like them getting the ball on the damn 10-yard line.
Anything, one single thing, man. And
if that would have just been like 3rd and 15 or whatever for K-State, then they don't even get the first down, and then they end up punting it away. I guarantee the defense holds them, and they don't get a freaking touchdown there. At the very most, they might be getting a field goal. At the very most.
So I'm going to go over these stats really quick. We did not come up with our cat and dog of the game. We've just been too busy. But I think we both can agree on who they are. I mean, it's pretty obvious who both of them are. The cat of the game is the offensive player of the game. It has to go to Will Howard. 327 yards. I believe that should be a career high for him. 4 touchdown passes. He did have the 1 interception. That was not his fault at all. That's another thing. If that changes where Keegan Johnson decides to catch the ball instead of juggle it and it go in the air and the defender gets it, like that's another thing.
It's in the numbers. It's in the freaking numbers.
Yes.
This is what you pray for when you're a receiver. God dang it, man.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty obvious. Will Howard is a cat of the game, offensive player of the game, 4 touchdown passes.
Jacob Parrish.
Jacob Parrish is a dog of the game, the defensive player of the game. Let's look at the defensive stats here. Jacob Parrish, 4 solo tackles, 6 total, a pass defended, and then it shows it down here. 2 interceptions as well. Huge. Definitely the defensive player of the game. Going up against arguably like 2 first or second round draft picks at receiver, Mitchell and Worthy. He did pretty well. The K-State defense bended a lot. They were on the field quite a bit because of the offense's inefficiencies in the first half. I'm still mad and frustrated and pissed off.
It's just I like it blows my mind because people are like on the other end. Texas is like, yeah, we knew we were going to win. It's like you guys were not going to win that
No.
game. You guys were not. You needed so much help from the officials. You
Yeah.
needed so much help from K-State, like dropping the ball in certain areas. But my God, dude, like it sucks because we'll never be able to. The season, people judge seasons based on like championships. I mean, that's like what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But I believe that this year, this football team is better than last year's team, in my opinion.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think we are. I think our offense is like, given that like Deuce Vaughn is an extreme talent or whatever, but if like that's like the only difference really that I see that like is a big difference, because I think the people that have stepped,
Felix Anudike-Uzomah on the D line is huge.
Yeah, but like I think that the people that have stepped up this year, like we were talking about this earlier, off the air, if you want to say it that way. Before we started the podcast, we were saying, dude, we're gonna be dog walking the entire league next year. We have almost everybody coming back on the defense, and Will Howard might even potentially come back. Dude, and that's not even including who we could get in the portal. Like this,
K-State is going to dog walk the Big 12 next year and make the college football playoff. I'm saying it right now, November 7th, 2023. In 2024, I know Utah's coming in, and some of these teams are going to look better next year. K-State is going to dog walk the Big 12 next year. I mean, it's not even going to be close. Like K-State may go 11-1 or 12-0 next year. That's how good this team is.
Avery's going to get some size.
And Kleiman said, like he said it today in his press conference, this program is in great shape. I agree with that. We've got to figure out a way to go undefeated in the non-con, because last couple of years we've not done that. We've got to figure out a way to stop losing these games we should not lose.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a way to stay pissed off and have a winner's mentality every single week, because it always feels like there's one or two games we don't do that. I still feel like K-State is just going to dog walk this conference.
We
all over it next year.
It all starts, and it really all starts with the game coming up, this Saturday. It starts with moving forward. Look, you can't change the past. It is what it is. It sucks. That like it sucks for the seniors that aren't coming back. That's who it sucks the most for, because they haven't won a game against the Longhorns, and they really wanted this. So it really blows for them, which I feel terrible for, because if there was any year, like this was the year. Like this was definitely the year for them to beat Texas. Because we were there. I mean, it was in our hands. We I mean, say what you want. We either choked or we dropped the ball or whatever. The football gods just didn't let it go our way. And that totally sucks. But guess what? We got another Texas team to finally end the 5 Texas team run, which is coming up, Baylor. And then, hey, we got 2 games after that against pretty good football teams. And we have a rivalry to continue, a win streak to continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have 2 rivalries, but we have a win streak to continue. 14 years has it been? We need to make it 15.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. We're going to look back really quickly at our score predictions, our hot takes, troll of the week, which is going to be a surprise to some of you, maybe not some other people. I had K-State winning against Texas 28-20. And I had my hot take being K-State was going to finally score a non-offensive touchdown. Obviously, K-State lost 33-30 in overtime. Yes, 10 wins are still on the table, which would be awesome. And
double-digit wins for a season is what any football program would ask. Like if you would have told me, hey, we're going to get 10 wins this year, I would have been like, it's great. That's awesome. That sounds like a great year, because that's what we got last year.
Well, and there's still an outside chance. It's a very low chance, but there's an outside chance still K-State could get back to Arlington. We'll see what happens, man. You never know.
It's not going to be because of what we do. It's going to be because of the failure of the other programs that are in the running.
Sure. You had K-State winning 35-21. And your hot take was pretty spot on. You said Will Howard is going to have the passing game of his life. He's going to be the reason why K-State wins this game with a couple touchdowns to Brooks, with one of them being an 80-yard TD. Obviously, he didn't have that, but Brooks did score 2 touchdowns in this game. We're definitely giving you the win on the score prediction and the hot take spread.
Dude, this is literally like 7 weeks in a row where I've gotten the win on the hot take and the score prediction.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Colin Klein, if you need some pointers, man, just come watch the Purple Pod. That's all I'm saying.
There we go. There we go. All right. We do have a troll of the week, and I got a lot of heat for this. And this is the troll of the week. It's me. I tweeted this yesterday and got so much hate. K-State is 6-0 when they score 38 or more points and 0-3 when they don't. K-State shouldn't have to put up 38 to win. The defense has to be better. Now, that's a fact. K-State is 6-0 when they score 38 or more and 0-3 when they don't. I do believe K-State should not have to score 38 to win. Now, they didn't have to against some of those teams, but they did. I do feel like the defense can be better against some teams like Texas and Missouri, who threw like 350 yards against us. But they did keep K-State in some games like at Oklahoma State, where they only allowed 1 touchdown the entire game. The rest were field goals and a pick 6. But I do feel like the defense needs to be better in big moments. But because of the hate that I got from K-State fans, which can be warranted or not, because a lot of people thought the offense was the issue, we're going to say that I am the troll of the week, Kenny.
People are going to hate, man. I mean, like, where's the lie? Where is the lie? I can't see the lie here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I think that the defense needs to necessarily play better. I just noticed that the 0-3 that we have when we don't hit 38 points, a lot of that has to do with just we're too late on figuring out what works.
I agree. I agree.
And it's like, I knew from the jump, I said, oh, passing is going to be elite here because Houston, that's what was successful for them. Yeah, we're not really known for our passing, but we've got some good receivers. Will Howard's got an arm. Avery's got an arm. One of them can pull it off. I thought it was going to be Will, just because he's been playing really well the last couple of weeks. So I'm like, okay, yeah, Will's going to be the guy that's going to be throwing the ball. We waited until the third quarter to throw the ball.
Yeah, we did. I mean, really, even like even at the end of the half, K-State finally scores after a block punt. They only had to go like 40 yards, 35 yards for K-State to finally score. And like, that's really, K-State had like less than 50 yards of offense at halftime. You know, I did feel like K-State should have utilized Avery Johnson more in that first half, but that second half, Will Howard went completely off. He is killing it. I think he's second all time in total touchdowns, and second in passing touchdowns or something like that. I need to find the stat, but I know he's 2 away from tying. He's 2 away from tying Josh Freeman for the all-time touchdown passing record in a career, which he did.
Saw that post.
2.5 years.
Shout out to the Facebook group. Was it Wildcat Unfiltered that posted that?
I believe so.
Yeah. Good Facebook group. Shout out to them. Yeah. So here's what I was going to say also. When we were on, it was the overtime. We were on, like Ben Sennett got us in that great field position. We were on the 4-yard line. Why would you not at least throw Avery in for one play?
Just one. Just he would have saw that seam and he would have scored. Especially on that first down where we know we're going to run it. Why would you not?
Just try. And he's the fastest guy. Just run him out. Maybe he'll get like 2 yards. We're just a little closer then. Like, wow. Oh my God. Like,
I agree.
I get it. Like, Will is on a roll. I get it. But Avery he's got skill, man. Like, listen,
I agree.
We're not going to, like, just because if Avery wins or gets the final touchdown, that doesn't just completely neglect everything that Will Howard just did.
Right.
It's like,
K-State would win the game. That's all that matters.
When Will Howard was running or when Ben Sennett was running, you and I both were looking at each other and we were like, yo, why does he look so slow when he runs?
Oh yeah.
Because they look clunky when they run. They don't look
like Avery. That's for sure.
No, they don't look like Avery. They don't like Trayshawn or DJ. They just they look clunky. And that's fine. I mean, they're built like freaking tanks, so they don't need to worry about Ben's usually blocking most of the time, but it's just like, dang man, maybe just one play, just have them try to run a QB out, and maybe have an option there for DJ and just hit the corner, try to dive over, it's like.
I don't, and I don't have a problem with K-State going forward on fourth down. I would have liked to see us had another chance in the second overtime, but also I had no problem. One play, let's go win it. You know what I mean? I like to gamble too, so I get it.
No, we were on a roll though.
When we got down to the 7-yard line after first down, I was like, K-State's winning this game easily.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't do it.
I'm not disappointed in going for it. I don't like when people they blow up about stuff like this, and I'm like, no, because what if you would have kicked the field goal and then they would have scored a touchdown?
Or what if there's another bad snap, or what if he misses it again? You know what I mean? Then you're taking the ball out of your offense's hands. So
yeah, there's just never. It's never like. It's never a good call, or if it works, it would have been great. Everybody would have been praising him. But if it, like kind of what he said, and that's just the way it goes, and I don't fault the coaching staff for that, because again, I fault the coaching staff for the entire first half of the game, not what happened at the very last play of the game. I criticize them for what they did earlier in the game, because when you're rolling that hot, and you made this like crazy comeback, yeah, go for it, man. Like you're batting 1,000 right now. Like, why would you not? Like you've got the hot hand. Things have been working, going in your way, and then it just didn't go our way the last game, or the last play. And it is what it is, man.
We need to move on here to K-State versus Baylor.
We got to. We spent 27 minutes.
Otherwise, we're going to be pissed off and frustrated the rest of the show. So K-State.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay, man. I this is how college football goes. I don't buy into the fact that K-State, having them lose 3 games this season, I do not believe that is an indicator for how bad we are. I think that we are way better than what our record shows.
I agree.
And the film doesn't lie on that. Go watch the film.
If you look at any analytics, FPI, FEI, anything, K-State's a top 12 team. So
look at the eye test. The eye test does it all.
I think K-State will finish in the top 15, which K-State only dropped 2 spots to 25th in college football playoff poll. I believe we've been ranked now for like 6 or 8 consecutive rankings, which is awesome. And there's definitely some room to improve there as well. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to move on here to K-State versus Baylor coming up this weekend, November 11th on Saturday. Veterans Day, also the day before my birthday. We've never lost on my birthday or birthday weekend. I don't see that happening this weekend. Can you give me your overall initial thoughts of K-State versus Baylor this weekend? K-State's 6-3. Baylor is 3-6. K-State is favored by basically 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. I don't believe that this is going to be a sneaky loss game. I don't think that I think we can easily go in and just take care of business. I think we're going to be so pissed off and want to answer the call against a team that really doesn't deserve the wrath of K-State that's going to be coming down on their heads. They don't deserve it. Like, if anything, I want us to save a little bit of wrath for the KU game, because the wrath that's about to fall on the Baylor Bears, man. Oh my God.
K-State is about to destroy Baylor by an unhealthy number that, like you said, Baylor's probably not deserving of what they're about to get from K-State. I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, this is the biggest spread for K-State since the non-con, and Baylor is just not good. And we'll pull the stats here shortly.
Yeah.
This is going to be so bad for them. It's going to be a beautiful game, beautiful weather game. I'm excited to be there again at the Bill on Saturday. I think, are you going to be there as well?
I will be there with my family. I'm going to
Hell
bring my
yeah.
dad, who's
Hell yeah.
ex-military. He's a veteran himself, and he's bringing his friend who's a veteran, and my mom is going to be there, who is the military wife. So, she'll be there, and I'm bringing my daughter and my wife to that. So it'll be their first game watching it this season at home. So I'm going to be super pumped that a lot of my family is going to be there. So yeah. And then I'll be able to see you from where I'm sitting because we're like a few sections over.
Nice. Yeah, come by anytime, man. You know where I'm at. All right, let's take a look here at the stats here that I have put together. Where is this? Should be right here.
Look at this guy's take right here.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised as well.
Wait until you hear my take, bud.
Especially when you look at these stats. I mean, look at that scoring offense versus that scoring defense.
My God.
I just want to say a prayer for Baylor's rush defense, which is ranked 119th in the country, against a pissed off K-State offensive line that knows they got their butts whipped last week. That is actually really, really, really good. Usually 11th in the country. K-State may run for 400 yards on the ground against Baylor on Saturday. Like, this is going to be a freaking bloodbath, dude.
We have the fifth. We have, and these are the results of the fifth strongest schedule versus the results of the 36th strongest schedule. Yeah, I'm pretty sure K-State is going to blow this team out. I honestly, where do you want to start, man? Like you
K-State offense, man. I mean,
okay.
That's what everyone is excited about, dude.
This is going to be so quick, Steve. The key to victory here is going to be rushing. DJ Giddens is going to be out of his freaking mind this game. Trayshawn Ward and DJ Giddens, like, this is their game. Now, something I said, and I may have been overreacting about it a little bit, but something that I said to you during the game against the Longhorns when we were like really far behind, I said, Steve, if we lose this game, I think we should start Avery for the next 3 games and the bowl game.
That was early in the game.
Yeah, I said, if we lose this game, we need to start Avery on the next 4 games, including the 3 games, including the bowl game. So 4 games, so that way we can give him the experience and get him ready for next year. Because if we lose against Texas, I said, we're not going to be in the Big 12 championship. There's no reason to do it. But I will say there is going to be a very, very high chance that Avery is going to be playing in this game because it's going to be garbage time within the first second. It's going to be within the first 2 quarters. That'll be garbage time.
Absolutely.
We're scoring on every drive.
K-State's probably going to score in the first 6 drives. That's what I'm saying. Running the ball, passing the ball, everything is going to be working. The K-State O-line is going to be so freaking pissed off.
We are scoring every freaking drive.
It's going to be, oh man, I feel bad for them, dude. I really do.
I don't, but I do.
Come in and he's going to just run all over. This is going to be payback every single year for the rest of my life for 2012.
Yes.
Number 1. So maybe they do have it coming.
Yes.
K-State offense is
unforgivable.
Them. This Saturday, Will Howard is going to break the school record for passing touchdowns in a season. He's going to have 3 or more. He needs 2 to tie, 3 to break the record. He's going to do it Saturday. K-State's going to run for 400 yards on the ground. It's going to be annihilation for sure.
If he doesn't get it in Baylor, he's getting it this season.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. What about the K-State defense? Do you see any issues against the Baylor offense? Looks like they might be able to pass the ball a little bit.
No,
I feel like that number is higher because they're like garbage time where they're always trying to come back. They've lost so many games this year. That's probably why that number is pretty high.
That one game that they beat against UCF when we were watching it, that was the most ridiculous comeback ever. Dude, I don't I'm sorry. Like, remember our pass defense used to be like in the hundreds, and now it's like 78th.
Yep, it's
Because
slowly getting better.
we've gotten way better, and the only reason why it's that bad is because we didn't figure out our we did stuff. Almost swore there. We didn't figure out our stuff until about the Texas Tech game when we switched VJ and Kobe Savage. That we switched their safety positions there, dude. I'm telling you right now, man. This is not going to be an issue for us. I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't even think, like, what do they call those games? Like the sneaky games or the sneaky losses or
trap games.
A trap game. There, I was like, there's a freaking word. I don't even think this is a trap game.
Not even
Even
close.
if we like went out and were yawning on the field, I don't think this is a trap game. Like,
no, absolutely not.
This is easy. Like, this is going to be like our Cincinnati game of the year.
Absolutely.
Everybody's gotten a Cincinnati game. This is our Cincinnati game for sure.
So Baylor has allowed 27 sacks this year. That's an average of 3 a game. K-State's basically gotten 2 every single game. I think K-State's going to get 3 or 4 here. They're going to turn over a couple times. The defense is only getting better. And the best part is there's only like 2 or 3 seniors on a 2 deep completely. Like everyone except for Kobe Savage in the back end of the defense is going to be returning next year. All of the linebackers, because Daniel Green got hurt, are all going to be returning next year. Uso, I think, is the only senior on the D line. Everyone else is going to be back. Like, this K-State defense is only going to get better this year, and they're going to look so good next year. This D line is going to eat on Saturday, dude. Blake Shapen is going to be running for his freaking life.
Where's their rush offense? Okay, rush offense. Oh my god,
110th. Yeah,
yeah.
Dominate both sides.
Oh my, we're gonna completely make them one dimensional here.
Oh yeah.
And their red zone offense. Oh, they're just as bad as Texas is. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yep. I don't. This is. I don't even know why we're talking about this game. This is gonna be a blowout. This is gonna be a blowout.
It's gonna be a blowout. Let's go ahead and get into our score predictions for this weekend. We're kind of flying through this pretty quickly here. I'm going to pull up the Stats Award graphic, which is pretty funny because I sent it to you earlier today. This is a Stats Award graphic from Parker Clemming on Twitter. I knew K-State was going to have the advantage, but looking at these numbers, holy cow. Let's take a look here. Oh, my God.
94.99.
95% chance K-State wins this game.
Oh my God.
He basically has K-State winning 37-15, basically by 3 touchdowns. The spread is 20.5 points. Look at all that red over on Baylor's side. Red is not what you want whatsoever. And bright red is definitely not what you want. I don't know how many things that have 90 or worse, but it is a lot. K-State side, there's a ton of blue and a ton of dark blue, which is exactly what you want. A ton of top 25 efficiencies, offense, defense, special teams. This is going to be bad, man. This is going to be really, really, really bad.
For Baylor.
For Baylor. Yeah. So my score prediction for Saturday. K-State is going to finally break that 50-point barrier.
Yes.
It's going to be 58-10. It's going to be so bad. Like they're going to be so upset when they leave. They may even fire their coach. Or he's going to be put on a hot seat or something. It's going to be so bad. K-State is going to dominate this game. No way in hell does Baylor stick around.
Yeah. My score prediction is kind of gonna lead in a little bit to one of my hot takes. So it's gonna be, I want to say 54 on the K-State side, and it's gonna be, I will say 9.
You just Price is righted me.
I did. The reason why
freaking just did that. Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why when we get to the K-State hot takes. But 54-9.
I like it. I freaking like it. Both of us have us winning by 40 plus points, scoring 50 plus on offense. Let's get into our K-State hot takes for this weekend. I will go first. I'm going to say Will Howard breaks the school record. He scores 3 passing touchdowns. I've alluded to it several times during the show. He's going to have 250 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes. He's also going to have 1 rushing touchdown. The rest are going to be scored by the running backs and Avery Johnson. K-State's going to have 400 rushing yards on the ground, 650 plus yards in total offense, which would be the highest.
My God, this is a huge hot take. What the hell?
in like
you just
20
went from
years,
breaking the record, the passing, and then the rushing yards.
That's how pissed off K-State's going to be. That's how pissed off the K-State fans are going to be. K-State's going to dominate this game. Pray for Baylor. Pray for their coach that he doesn't get fired.
Jesus, I'm like, when is this hot take ever going to come to an end? Do you have a defensive hot take or no?
Yeah, K-State's going to score a non-offensive touchdown.
That's your hot take every single
week. What about you?
All right, so my first hot take is going to be on the defensive side, and it leads into my score prediction. I believe that K-State will not even give a touchdown up. I think we're only going to give them 3 field goals, which is why I gave them 9 points.
Have mercy.
Yeah, they won't even get a touchdown. Like, I've seen it done against TCU. I've seen it done.
Okay.
And I saw it against God dang it, what was the team? Oh, Houston. I saw it against TCU and I saw it against Houston. I know we can do it against Baylor. So 95% chance of winning. That's amazing. My offensive, my K-State hot take for the offensive side, I'm going to say that DJ Giddens gets 4 touchdowns. I think I'm kind of reluctant to say that, mainly because when I said that he was going to get 250 rushing yards against Houston, I mean, we just kind of stopped playing him after we were up like 4 or 5 touchdowns. We were like, oh, let's get him out. Let's get some other people in there. So I can't say that it's going to all be DJ getting all the rushing yards. But I do think that he'll get at least 4 touchdowns. And I agree. I was going to say maybe not DJ Giddens getting 250 rushing yards, but the team as a whole getting some big rushing yards. So I kind of agree with you a little bit on your 7-point freaking hot take that you had. My God, Steve. It's like you took like so many dang points off of that. But yeah, it's going to be DJ Giddens getting 4 touchdowns, or at least out being the touchdown leader. He's coming back home. He's wearing purple again. We all know how DJ is with wearing purple, man. That guy's a freaking star. He is unbelievable. I will say this. It was very impressive seeing Brooks pull off some insanely athletic plays on the road. I mean, I was like blown away by his athleticism, like staying in bounds and then that diving touchdown all in the same play. And then he had some other really, really good athletic plays where he was like fighting defensive men and making some really good catches and stuff. So Phillip Brooks really stood out to me. But every time we come home, DJ is the one. Yeah, he goes crazy every home game. Ever since we played UCF, he has really just shined. Like, he's really coming to his own. And my God, I'm so pumped for him for the future. He is only a sophomore. I repeat, only a sophomore from the great city of Junction City. It's not that great there, guys. It's pretty ghetto there, but
it's not, dude. I worked there. It's not that bad.
JC,
I worked there, man. It wasn't bad at all, honestly. It really wasn't that bad.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough. But DJ's he's a baller.
That's okay. That's going to piss some people off in the comments. that is the K-State score predictions and hot takes. Let's take a look around the Big 12 this weekend. We're going to pick every single game. Let's pull up the scoreboard. Here we go.
Hey, remember what we said about well, we never really went over our scores predictions from the last one, but I was pretty like
were you pretty spot on?
Pretty spot on with a couple of them. I was like almost like locked in.
You need to do the ESPN bet.
I don't know, man. Right. I'm not a good. I feel like I'm good at gambling when money's not on the line, and then when I put my money on the line, I just completely blow it.
So starting off here at the top, obviously it's going to show K-State first. I have K-State winning 58-10. You have K-State winning
54-9.
Yep. So both of us have K-State winning, covering the spread, covering the over/under as well. That is our predictions for that game, which I believe last weekend both of us had K-State covering the spread as well, and K-State did. And it did hit the over, and you picked that, so that ended up working for you. I missed out on the over/under. K-State, sorry, not K-State, KU, my goodness, that is a big difference, is hosting Texas Tech on Saturday. KU is only a 3.5-point favorite. That seems really low, honestly.
What?
That seems really, really, really low. Over under 61.5. I think KU just blows out Texas Tech.
Yeah, they're at
Ready for
home.
us next weekend. I got KU winning like 47 to like 24.
They're at home and they're coming off of some really good wins. They're on fire, man. Jason
Yes,
Beam, he's solid. He's really, I think he's even better than
Jalen Daniels.
yeah, I think he's better than Jalen Daniels. I mean,
I agree.
I just from what I've seen, he's got a crazy hot hand. I just yeah, I actually agree. I actually agree with Jay Nixon. That was a really good take right there. I think they at least beat them by 2 touchdowns. At least that's minimum.
But you know what? Vegas usually knows, man. Vegas knows, dude. There's something weird about this line. There's something they know that we do not know. So who knows what happens? But what's your score prediction? What did you say?
I'm gonna say, so it's 6 over under 61. I think KU's in the 40s here and Texas is in the 20s. I think it's like 41, 20, 21.
Okay, so both of us have KU winning, covering the spread, and hitting the over as well.
Yeah, we're hitting the over for sure here.
Oklahoma State with a massive, massive, massive trap game at UCF this week. UCF has some speed, man, and we saw it firsthand. They're 1-5 in the Big 12, but they very easily could have a couple more wins against OU, against Baylor, a few other teams. They're a lot better than their record shows. Oklahoma State by 2.5, over under 64.5.
Yeah,
I'm calling the upset here, dude. I'm doing it. I'm calling the upset. UCF wins this game 38-34, hitting the over. They're going to rush the field and get K-State right, possibly back into getting to Arlington. I got UCF winning, man. This is that would be a massive win for UCF.
no doubt about it. It would be a massive win. I just don't think they can do it because the reason why I believe that UCF is going to lose this game is because Oklahoma State has the best running back in the country, and their weakness is literally, quite literally, rushing offense. Like they can't. Their rushing defense is horrible. That's why DJ, like, what do you almost have freaking 200 yards rushing, and then they went against KU, and the same thing happened. And like they have like their toughest running back opponent in the country. I do not know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think that win over Cincinnati is enough. And it wasn't like it was a blowout win of Cincinnati. It was, yeah, like I'm saying, like
I'm just saying Oklahoma State has never really impressed me this year.
No, and I agree with you. I think
way overlooking them, and it's an away game. It smells like a UCF win to me, man.
Okay, I will agree with you from like looking at their entire rest of the schedule, which let's be honest, the Oklahoma State schedule is like the easiest schedule in the back half of the year. It's unbelievable. They have the easiest schedule the next few games. UCF is probably the closest to a trap game. I'll give you that. My God, UCF's rush defense is so bad. I'm gonna man. I like look, in my heart. In my heart, I want Oklahoma State to not win, but my brain is telling me Oklahoma State wins this game handily, quite literally through Ollie Gordon. And I think it's going to be It's gonna be ugly. Oh my god. I think I think Oklahoma State wins. I think they win handily. I will be happy to be wrong again about this game.
Right.
I will be so happy to be wrong. Yeah, let's go Oklahoma State 38, UCF UCF 28, 27, 28, 28,
I like it.
28.
They
Yeah.
do have that speed. It's going to be a problem. I do agree.
No, they're fast. They're fast as hell. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
fast as hell. I saw it firsthand. West Virginia at Oklahoma. Sneaky good game, man. Sneaky good game.
Yep.
OU favored by almost 2 touchdowns, though. 12.5 points, over under 58.5. Oklahoma's going to be pissed off coming off of their loss at Oklahoma State. West Virginia is a decently good team. I have Oklahoma winning, but not covering the spread. I have questions about their defense. I got Oklahoma winning 38-28, hitting the over on that game, but not covering the spread. What do you got, Kenny?
What would happen if West Virginia went 7-3, Oklahoma 7-3, and then we went 7-3?
Okay, so that would be 7-2 in the conference, is what you're saying. There's a bunch of tiebreakers. I don't know them off the top of my head, but we may have to dive into that next week, depending on this weekend's results.
Elizabeth, who's this?
Rollison.
Oh, that's an L. Sorry, I'm wearing glasses because it's what I do. Hey, ho, ho, ho. Okay, so West Virginia, Oklahoma. Look, dude, West Virginia's quarterback is pretty baller.
He is.
And I mean, he's a sneaky little dude. And I think he could pull something off here. KU was able to do it. So, and I think quite frankly, I think he might be a better quarterback than KU. Now, I will say, obviously, that game against OU was kind of won on the fact that OU made some mistakes, got some big turnovers, and KU, they're able to make these crazy non-offensive touchdowns or whatever. So, I still think Oklahoma's going to win, though. I would like for there to be a West Virginia win. I think that'd be pretty tight. But Oklahoma wins. I agree with what you said. The same score.
38-28. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Same.
Toilet bowl coming up here.
Yeah. Houston wins.
Cincinnati, Houston. Houston is favored by 2, over under 55.
I have no faith in the Cincinnati team. I've constantly said this. I'll say it again. They are a high school team playing in the Big 12.
Yeah, I got Houston big. I don't know. Let's go 35-10.
Quite frankly, though, they did give UCF a game, though, which is wild to me.
Yep.
Like it wasn't like UCF was a blowout game for
Cincinnati. Is just terrible.
Yeah, they're really bad. What was your score? Houston what?
35-10, heading to under, but covering 2 points, obviously.
I'll give Cincinnati 2 touchdowns, 14. 38-14.
Texas at TCU this weekend. Texas favored by 10, over under 53.5. Listen, I think TCU is terrible. I think Texas is really good.
Let me ask you this. Do you want Texas to be the one that wins out?
No. I mean,
because if they win out and then there's a whole bunch of mess for the second team, like if OU loses 2 games or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the K-State's probably got the hardest schedule of the teams left that could get in it outside of Oklahoma State and OU. But I kind of do want it to be Texas so that we have another shot at them. But I would take Oklahoma State as well. I'd rather be K-State versus Oklahoma State, because that means there's 2 teams that are staying in a conference that are playing in a championship game coming back.
That would be the best case scenario.
I don't see that happening. I got Texas winning large, 45-14.
Yeah, that would be best case scenario, but I honestly want a rematch against Texas. I just want a rematch. I think we beat them. again, we should have won the last game, but I think we absolutely dominate them in a second showing.
I hope so.
That's
It's
fine.
going to be in Texas again in Arlington, which would be like it'd be like 80,000 people there, and there'd probably be 30,000 K-State fans and 55,000 Texas fans. So.
Yeah, good.
All right. So what was
All
your
the more
what's
reason.
your score prediction for Texas TCU?
It's
I said 45-14. Texas wins.
53. Yeah, I think TCU is really bad. I mean, they only scored 3 points against us. I don't think they're gonna do much against Texas. I think Texas and K-State are pretty equivalent. I think we're better than they are.
TCU can throw the ball a little bit, and Texas has a tough time against
Oh,
passing
well,
offenses. So
that is true. I say maybe give them 2 touchdowns. Maybe Texas only scores like in the mid 30s.
So what's your score then?
TCU 14, Texas 36, 35, 35.
Okay. TCU might not make a bowl game. That's crazy. They wasted all that national title momentum. I agree.
Yeah, they
I
did.
agree 100%.
That's a good take. Dude, Jay Nixon with these, he's been solid on these takes, man.
He really has been solid on his takes here.
I'm really impressed by this guy. He's like, he knows what he's talking about.
Last game of the weekend, super late game, getting the last window here. Iowa State at BYU. Iowa State coming off of a home loss at KU. They're favored by 6.5 points. Over under is really low, 41.5. I think this is an upset, man. This smells like an upset. It really does.
It's at BYU. Oh,
it's
man.
at BYU. I got BYU winning 27-24, hitting the over. Put the money line on BYU, man. Wrong team is favored. Even though that BYU is 2-4, I don't know. I don't think Iowa State's very good, honestly. They're a good home team, but they just lost at home. I think BYU.
Yeah, now they got to travel.
Team.
They just lost at home. They got to travel a long ways away, and BYU's environment is pretty gnarly, bro.
It really is. It really is. So
this is a trap game. If there's ever a trap game, this is the big one on the week. God dang, dude, I think you might be right. I think BYU wins. Wow, that's crazy for me to even say that.
I know, right? What's your score?
Man, I think BYU actually comes out and scores probably 30. Iowa State, maybe 21.
30-21. I said, what, 27-21 or something, or 24? I think I said 27-24, and you said 30-21. So yeah, that is on Big 12 Week 11 picks, man. There's some decently good games, honestly.
Yeah, there's some easy wins, like Texas TCU is an easy win, and then K-State versus Baylor is an easy win. And
yes.
I mean, I know that you're calling the upset on UCF Oklahoma State, but I think Oklahoma State just has the key to victory against this team, in my opinion.
This is a weird line to me, man. I've said it earlier. This is a weird line. KU only 3.5-point favorites. That is super weird, man.
I don't get it. I think
super weird. I
think they're, I don't know what they're thinking, honestly. Patrick Mahomes doesn't play for Texas Tech anymore, guys.
No. Texas Tech is not good, so I don't get that. No.
Like, he isn't there anymore. We gotta move on.
It's our school predictions. So, well, that is episode, I think, 16 of the Purple Pod on the KSU Nation YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, share it. We're almost to 100 subscribers. This has been a lot of fun, man. It really has.
Yeah, this has been really cool, recapping each game after every game, and then we do the pregame show, and that it's just been really cool to kind of weigh in, and it's also been really cool to get the feedback. I mean, we started out just doing videos, and then we decided to go live and kind of try to interact with the chat, and the chat's been really great. Over the last few weeks, we've been experimenting, trying to experiment with the pod and stuff like that. And I think it's been really cool. I've had a lot of fun starting the show, and honestly, I just want to have a quick message to all the K-State fans. EMA, that's all I got to say. Yeah, seriously.
Horns down. I did this. Horns down. Horns down. I don't know.
Horns down.
I did that. I cannot believe I did that. Kenny, this was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you this weekend at the K-State game. It's my birthday on Sunday. Hopefully K-State gets a monster win. But I'm Steve.
Well, hold on, Steve. Before you say goodbye, we need to let people know we're also going to be covering the K-State basketball season. So
yes, last night was the first game of the season. I think we're going to do another pod, like season preview, sometime this week.
Yeah.
And we need to talk about K-State basketball. We really do.
Because that is going to be also a very exciting thing to talk about with K-State. I mean, if there's ever a time to be a K-State fan, it's now.
Absolutely.
And for us to be able to kind of like enjoy this ride and like kind of talk about all the exciting things that are happening with the football program and with the basketball program. We just hope that you guys will continue to show your support and your appreciation for the show. And so again, like I'll pass it over to Steve to close it out, but yeah, we'll have basketball coming up soon. You know, the next 3 weeks, we're going to be closing out the football season, or I guess 4 weeks because we get a bowl game. So.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I mean, and the bowl game is going to be late December. So
late December.
Lots of K-State football talk coming up here. We appreciate everyone watching. I'm Steve.
I'm Ken.
And this has been a Purple Pod. Thanks everyone for watching. And go Cats, baby.
Go Cats, baby.
Yeah.